In the glitzy world of Hollywood, few stories have resonated as deeply as his tragic demise. Paul Walker, a name synonymous with the high-octane Fast and Furious franchise. Walker's sudden departure left millions in shock. But what really happened in those final terrifying moments? The famous superstar died behind the wheel of his Porsche in a fatal car crash in November 2013. What were his haunting final words before death? Let's uncover Paul Walker's final moments and his last scene in Fast and the Furious. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons to keep up with our latest content. The story of Paul Walker's last moments is not just a tale of loss, but a dark reminder of how unpredictable life can be. Born Paul William Walker on September 12, 1973, Paul's affinity for action was clear from the start. He was not just an actor, but a professional racer, a marine biologist on TV, and a humanitarian. His passion for life was evident, but his love for speed defied his career, and tragically, his ultimate demise. Which of Paul's roles resonated most with you? It was November 30th, 2013, a day that started with enthusiasm and charity, but ended in catastrophe. Paul attended a charity event for his organization, Reach Out Worldwide, in Santa Clarita, California. The event aimed to raise funds for victims of Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines. Once the event ended, Paul decided to take a short ride in a red Porsche Carrera GT driven by his friend and professional racer, Roger Rodas. The Porsche Carrera GT is a beast of a machine. Have you ever imagined its roaring engine sound and ultimate speed? With over 600 horsepower, it's not a car for the faint at heart. Rodas, an experienced driver, was driving, with Walker in the passenger seat. As they cruised down Hercules Street, tragedy struck. Rodas lost control of the vehicle at 100 miles per hour before it smashed into a tree. You won't believe the terrible scenes there. Witnesses recall hearing a loud bang, followed by plumes of smoke. The Porsche crashed into a concrete lamppost and two trees before bursting into flames. The impact was so severe that the car split in half. The once gleaming red Porsche was now an unrecognizable heap of twisted metal. Just imagine the disastrous calamity. One of Paul's close friends, Jim Thorpe, rushed to the blazing scene and tried to pull him out, but the sheriffs pushed him away, given the danger of the 20-feet flames. Was Paul still alive at this time? Rescue operations started, but the intensity of the fire made immediate activity impossible. By the time the flames were controlled, it was too late. Both Paul Walker and Roger Rodas had perished in the crash. The news spread like wildfire, leaving fans and fellow actors in disbelief. It was a moment of sadness for everyone, indeed. While speaking at the crash scene on that fateful day, Thorpe spoke to reporters about Paul's last words. Jim recalled how Roger had been midway through parking the Porsche when Paul heard he was having trouble getting it into a bay. At 40, Paul hadn't yet experienced the thrill of that particular Porsche. He eagerly jumped in and said, "Hey, let's go for a drive." Jim gestured towards the crash scene, the mangled wreck of the once magnificent red supercar, and remarked, "So they went for a little drive, and this is what happened." Paying tribute to his friend Paul, Jim said, "He lived his life and died fast and furious." Thorpe told the reporters, "It's strange. He made his movies, he lived his life. He died fast and furious today." He loved cars and speed, and it was written about him to die this way. Paul died in a very fast car with his friend. Did you know Walker was in the middle of filming Furious 7 when he died? The movie was eventually completed after rewrites and stand-ins playing Paul, including his brothers Caleb and Cody. Have you seen this film? Hit the bell button to get notified about the latest updates regarding these stories. Are you curious about his final sequence in Fast and Furious? Keep watching to find out. The sudden passing of Paul Walker sent shockwaves throughout the film industry. Those close to him, including co-star Vin Diesel, who played Toretto in Fast and Furious, were deeply shaken by the loss. Fans of the Fast and Furious saga still mourn Brian O'Connor's character after the final emotional scene of the 7th installment. The film postponed its release until 2015, leaving a farewell scene to be remembered. Paul Walker's unfinished role in Fast and Furious 7 posed a challenge. The film production had to use doubles and advanced technology to complete his scenes. To ensure a closer likeness, Walker's brothers stepped in to assist. Wasn't it heart-wrenching to see this film without Paul? In homage to Walker, the film ends with a highly emotional note. A scene showcases Brian O'Connor, Paul's character, on the beach with his loved ones. Eventually, he and Toretto part ways. O'Connor's car diverges onto a separate path, heading towards the sunset. The film closes with a heartfelt dedication to Paul Walker. Whoever watched the end scene burst into tears. This tragedy was simply unexpected. Several investigations concluded that at the time of Paul Walker's accident, the vehicle was moving significantly faster than permitted. Actions like these can be fatal when driving. Yet, it's often challenging to emphasize the importance of responsible driving until a tragic event hits close to your heart. If Paul's story has touched your heart, consider supporting the causes he believed in. Reach Out Worldwide, the charity Paul supported on that fateful day, continues its mission to help those in need. You can keep his legacy alive and make a difference in infinite lives by donating or volunteering. As we remember him, let us cherish the moments we have and the memories we create. In the words of Vin Diesel, if one day the speed kills me, don't cry, because I was smiling. Keep us posted in the comments section below if you enjoy our content. We would love to hear from you. Until next time.